got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I woke up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Got feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, oh God is so good. My God is so good to me. Y'all can sing with me if you want. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Woke up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. My God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me.
Thank you. Welcome. My name is Nancy Woods. For those people online, I think everybody here knows me. My name is Nancy Woods. I'm the Assistant Minister for the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. And I welcome all of you as you join us in this wonderful service together. And to help us with this service is our practitioner, Andrea. Okay. I'll get your name right in a minute.
Hi, everybody.
So for those online, we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate y'all being in person too. But we appreciate you joining us whenever you do see us, and whether it's today or later on. So we start our services with a call to service, and it's lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unified nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So as Andrea lights the first candle, it is for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at this center, online, or in our hearts. And as Andrea lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
And so how very grateful I am indeed to recognize this one flame, to recognize and to recognize, remembering to remember that there is but one power, one presence, one life of all, and no other power exists outside of the infinite. How very grateful I am to know that this presence is everywhere expressing, omnipresent, omniactive, omniscient, omnipotent, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-giving, and all-loving. And because I know that it is expressing itself everywhere, in, through, and as all things, I know that it is right here, right now, expressing as my life, and in fact, expressing as this very service. I know that it is expressing as the life of each one of us here today, gathered here in person, online, everywhere, all beings. I know that this presence is right where Reverend Mike is, knowing that there is wholeness there, there is peace of mind there, there is perfection there. So I just give thanks in knowing that everything about this service unfolds in perfect order. I give thanks knowing that health, healing, and wholeness continue to express as Reverend Mike, blessing Reverend Nancy and Reverend Maureen as they have stepped forward to handle the minutia of this wonderful community that we call the Center for Spiritual Living, Granada Hills. So I remain thankful and grateful as I lovingly release this word to that aspect of infinite intelligence known as law, which always and only says yes. So I know it is done, I know it is so, and in agreement with this word spoken, we simply say together, and so it is, amen. Good morning, beloved community. Happy to be here, and I'm happy to see you all here, and I'm telling you what, I'll tell you what, this is the healing consciousness right here. This is it, right here. I do want to report on Reverend Mike's progress without going, somebody very wise suggested that we not go into a lot of details. Suffice it to say that he is doing well. He is doing well. There were a couple of procedures, and they went without any unexpected glitches. Everything went as planned, and he continues to recover. I do want to say that we are requesting, the family, not me, I have nothing to do with this, I'm just the spokesperson. The family is requesting no calls, no texting, absolutely no visiting. The only one who's allowed to visit is his wife, Stephanie. If you want to send cards, please send them here to the church. There's some here already that I'm going to drop off at Stephanie's later today. And I thought, of course, the church would automatically send flowers, a plant, something later on when he's at home. But I thought if you all want to participate in that, people like to do things when somebody is having things done. So if you want to participate in that, I'll be happy to take your monetary donations or cards, and when he is home, we will send something on behalf of the congregation to the house. He's still in ICU. There's no room in there for flowers. The rooms are very small over there, so they probably won't be taking flowers at the church, at the hospital. But when he comes home, I'll be happy to go ahead and send something very beautiful on our behalf. If you want to participate in that, let me know. I don't know if we were going to put a slide up with my information on it. If you want information about Reverend Mike and how he's doing, please feel free to reach out to me. I speak to Stephanie every day, and I'd be happy to keep you abreast on how he's doing. Which brings me to something that Ernest Holmes, did I just see that light flash already? Wow. So I'm reminded of what Ernest Holmes tells us, that the perception of wholeness is the consciousness that heals. So it's our job, if you choose to accept it, to know wholeness is right where Reverend Mike is, right? And then Holmes also said this, kind of in contradiction to what he said about the perception of wholeness is the consciousness that heals, but he also said, the only thing that needs healing is the consciousness that thinks something needs to be healed. So let us know together that our consciousness is healed and that wholeness is the only thing we're knowing for Reverend Mike. But I'll tell you this is what I know for sure. This is what he wants to see. He wants to see us continuing to support our community by showing up in his absence and supporting Reverend Nancy, supporting Reverend Maureen, supporting our guest speakers, continuing our conscious giving. That's what he wants more than anything to see, is that we are still showing up and knowing the highest and best for him, for the church, and for one another. So join me in knowing that, and thank you for being here.
Another Monday comes, and I just want to breathe. Yeah, it's a long, long week for someone wired to please. I keep taking my aim, pushing it higher, want to shine bright, even brighter now. I wish I could tell myself, don't try so hard. God gives you grace and you can't earn it. Don't think that you're not worth it, because you are. Gave you love and it's not leaving. Gave you the world so you'd believe it. You're lovely even with your scars. Don't try so hard. Do you remember how the summers felt when we were kids? Yeah, Yeah, we didn't think that much about it. We just lived. Taking our time, beautiful leisure. When did we start trying to measure up? And all this time, God's been trying to tell us, don't try so hard. God gives you grace and you can't earn it. Don't think that you're not worth it, because you are. Gave you love and it's not leaving. Gave you a soul so you'd believe it. You're lovely even with your scars. Don't try so hard. Don't try so hard. God gives you grace. You can't earn it. Don't think that you're not worth it, because you are. Gave you love and it's not leaving. Gave you a soul so you'd believe it. Lovely even with your scars. Lovely just the way you are. So open up your lovely heart and don't try so hard. Oh no, don't try so hard.
Very beautiful song. Whose is that?
Amy Grant.
That is lovely. Thank you for that. Beautiful selection. Oh boy, grace when we don't earn it, huh? Yeah, I've been graced. I didn't earn it. And I've tried real hard. And I don't try as hard anymore because I know I'm worth it. And that's partly because of this teaching and this community. Taken me a lot of years to arrive at that. So, enough about me. How did you like my new movie? Okay, announcements. Please remember, no calls, no texts, no emails to Reverend Mike, cards only at this time. And let us thank our hospitality volunteers for this week. There's food out there for y'all after service. Come join us for a donut and a cup of coffee and something yummy. Practitioners are available today for a 2-minute tune-up in the front room if you'd like prayer treatment to support something you're going through or release something you don't want to go through anymore. Hit one of us up. There's several of us here. Please raise your hands so that we know who and where you are. Excellent. Thank you. The Law of Attraction group meets today at 1 o'clock on Zoom, and Emily is in charge of that. You can reach her at joyvibrations@gmail.com. I am so delighted to announce to you that the Sangha group has been taken over by our very own Vinu, which is the perfect fit. So Sangha starts on this coming Wednesday at 9:30 to 11:30. It's hybrid, and so it's in person and on Zoom. You can see Vinu for details. Each class is individualized as its own, it's standalone. So you can come to any class you want for the next 6 weeks, or you could sign up for all of them and not miss a darn thing. So I am knowing that this is going to just unfold with so much ease and grace and beauty and warmth and confidentiality and love. And Vino's the perfect person to take this on. So see her, register, and inquire with her or email her at vinu.com allah@gmail.com. Wednesday night, Wayne McDonald, one of our practitioners, is going to be doing the meditation ceremony with his Tibetan singing bowls, so that will be a wonderful experience. And anyone with young ones, Youth Church meets on the first and third Sundays of the month, and childcare is available on the second and fourth Sundays of the month. You can contact Ginny Fox for more information about that. And if you can, if you're willing to, and if you feel like it, please stand up and join me in reciting our affirmations, our declarations of principles. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal loving kindness and the givingness of life to all.
All right, join with me in singing our song. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's do it again. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you. So, for those online, I think that Andre gave you a complete report, but I have to tell you, he called me. He called me just to make sure I didn't go tripping down there. So after he had the surgery, he called me and said, "I'm all right, okay?" And he sounded pretty good, too. So Reverend Mike is doing extremely well. And I'm happy to be able to stand up here and talk about this unusual subject. But one of the things I wanted to share, I know that some of you knew Reverend Paul Braden, and he made his transition, I think, July the 10th. And a few of you came along with him, so I know that y'all knew. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that with you. He and I we journeyed a lot of this together, did a lot of this experience together. So it's good. Nice to know that he's on that side doing okay. So today's topic, leaning into perfection. The thing, practice makes imperfect. It sounds downright silly to me. So I have to tell you that it was a journey, trying to figure out how to talk about this at first. But it showed me one thing, because I couldn't figure out exactly what they were talking about. I read it, and I looked at it again, and then it clicked. And one of the imperfections is that I didn't know what they were talking about. That was So, and eventually I did. So it taught me something, a new way to present something. You hear these truths and you hear these principles thrown about so many different ways and in so many different words. So it's sometimes they come at you and you kind of say, what are they trying to tell me? But one of the things that I found is that there's principles that have been presented in this teaching that are really nice rules, nice steps to experience your life by. I think that they give you a good foundation to take off into the direction of being our own individualized self and what we are, what we believe in. Learning, leaning into imperfection. We learning how to embrace that part of us that, I'm going to put it this way, that previously I thought I had to fix. It's that part. Only I learned that leaning into it stops the fixing part. Because we are the divine expression of God, and we all know it. But accepting it is probably part of this journey. So leaning into our imperfection helps us embrace knowing that truth that we are the divine expression of the infinite. And so that's why it becomes kind of a nice thing to know. And the other thing is the principle that it really helps us step into more fully is the principle of oneness. One life, one person. Because, we have this concept that God is the good, God is the great, and all that. So we kind of make a duality out of that. But God is the presence of in existence. In other words, it is everything that's from the chair to the person to anything else you want to name. All of this is the expression of the divine. Divine is existence itself. It is not any particular aspects, but we use these principles to kind of guide our lives because we are the divine in expression. That alone is enough to tell you that you need to live and accept who and what you are, because this is the divine's presence. Each and every one of us is the divine's presence in expression. The principle of oneness is what we recognize as the foundation out of which all of it comes. And what we are dealing with is the perception, our perception of how this is to be lived. And when you look at the infinite intelligence, what we came out of, you're looking at something that never duplicate. Everything is individualized to every person, every leaf on a tree, every grain of sand that it is, all of it. There's something different and unique about every one of it. There is no exact duplication. And that alone tells us that our imperfection, that we call it, is part of spirit itself, because it does that too. That imperfection is part of our uniqueness, part of that, part us creating and bringing forth life as the divine presence itself. So it is really rich in understanding that to be able to lean into your imperfection not only is a gift to you, but it's a gift to not all the people around you. Because in knowing that I am unique, you are unique, is also allowing us to free everybody to be who and what they are. It doesn't mean that you agree and you have to be just like, but we have to know that it is all right to be who and what you are. And being who and what we are is one of the wondrous blessings that come out of leaning into imperfection. I think that knowing that we are unique. It's not something that I'm just saying it. I mean, the teachers of history, all the spiritual teachers. If you, as Rumi was saying, that field beyond right and wrong, I'll meet you there. Or if you go to Emerson, he said, conformity is death to you. And even Jesus said, it's done unto us as we believe. So that means that whatever you're doing is your belief being expressing itself and coming forth. So knowing that and knowing this and knowing that we are unique, divine expressions of life kind of gives us a chance to embrace ourselves in a greater and more expanded way. Embrace the idea that I bring to the universe something that nobody else can bring. Each and every person brings a beautiful uniqueness. So the world is blessed by each expression. Some of them we don't agree with. Some of them we do agree with. But it is the richness of humankind to know that everyone and everybody that is in existence is the divine manifesting life in a new way. So leaning into our imperfection is just us figuring out, how can I do this better? How can I create a different way? How can I step into life in a more, I say, joyful, peaceful, harmonious, whichever way you want to describe it, way. But it is what gives us that sense of appreciation, being who and what we are. You know, I think that for me, when I first stepped into this teaching, I think the first 20 years I figured that if I could learn this and learn this and learn this, I get it. And after about 20 years, I said, shoot. Still, then it all of a sudden it hit me. I forgot about being me. So once I started being me, it began to make a whole lot more sense. It's so much better for me. I mean, I think the being a realist is what I called myself before. Now I'm just a person on a journey of being alive and being Nancy. And that's all right. That's okay. I like being Nancy now. I have stopped fixing Nancy. That fixing is a trip that we lay on ourselves. And when we look at this idea of imperfection, just take it in this way. When you see yourself doing something and it don't feel that right and that feel good, and you get that urge, that's what nudges you to do something about it, nudges you to shift your life. And so then when you find something like this philosophy, and this philosophy is beautiful. It has really shifted my life. But there's a whole lot of philosophies out there that can do the same thing. The whole idea is you getting the urge, being inspired to see where it is and how it is for you, how it is to change your life so that you can have more of this joy that is already in you and this peace that's already in you. You know, because sometimes we think it's out there, but it's in here. It's the peace, the joy, the harmony, the whole goodness that we are reaching for is in us. And you know what? Also, we let go of fixing others. Whew. Fixing others has probably got more people in trouble and caused more misery and more discomfort I think, than anything else in the world. Fixing. That concept. So, but I don't even knock myself for fixing now. I mean, it was something but I found out it wasn't where I wanted. So it gave me the freedom to pursue the idea of seeing what I can create in my life to be for the joy to flow, for the harmony to flow, for the peace to flow. And that's where I am, is learning how to not fix, but to flow with who and what I am. And it's I don't know, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but most of the time, it brings a smile to my face. And it makes me feel good. I can sit in my house and say, oh, God, I did this. I can sit in my, I got a little nook, my resort place I got a resort in my house that I call it my resort, where I go and spend my time just being with me. And I like it. I like it. And I don't have to run from it and try to figure out how I got to fix myself. So once we get past that, there are a couple of things that I feel like leaning into imperfection. I'm going to find it comfortable saying it after time. Leaning into imperfection helps us let go of knocking ourselves if we do something that we don't care for. That is a major gift for me. When I don't get on my case and be hounding it, because now is the only time that there is. It's no use looking at that stuff that went on yesterday and all that. It's done. Today is where all the power is. This moment is where all the energy needs to go. This is where it flows. So I can free myself to go towards my heart's desire, those dreams that I want, and those things that I seek to experience. Then I can free up that energy that was spending this time turning this wheel, trying to figure out how to fix yesterday. So I don't have to do that anymore. So, and the other thing that I feel like this leaning into imperfection does is it helps me realize, and I think it helps anybody realize, that who and what we are is sufficient unto itself. When we realize that our own uniqueness, part of it is being imperfect, and that we are on this journey, we can stop judging ourselves so much. We can stop being on our case so much. And I think that the idea that everything is a result of our perception is the cornerstone there. Because when we know that we don't have to continue anything that we are doing, that this world is manifesting and expressing itself in our experience according to our perception. And we are in charge of this perception. We can shift it whenever we want to. And one of the things that is beautiful about this teaching, they give you all these different tools you use to shift it. But what we got to shift is our own individualized perception. Because my perception and how I fix it and how I use the tools and stuff is going to be different from yours. Each one of us have to do that for ourselves. Nobody else can do it for us. And so we don't need external relationships in particular to change or shift ourselves. What we need is us, our own individual self. That's what you need in life. Is you. And from this being ourselves, we can shift our experience with the world. It's such a freedom in that. one of the things that I gained from embracing the idea of being myself, I let my family go and they can be themselves, and I stopped fixing them. I long ago stopped fixing my friends. Long ago, and so it's all those things that were holding me back are no longer there. So understanding who and what we are, embracing the idea that we are spirit in expression, allowing that to be the foundation of why we accept and embrace and love ourselves, to not only to do that, but also it's the way we begin to realize the dreams, our heart's desires. And we look for what can we create for ourselves. And it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Spirit has no limitations except what we give it. That's the interesting thing. The only limitation is those things we give ourselves. Sometimes, I wish it was, but it is. The only limitation is what we give ourselves. I think that a concept of leaning in on our imperfection can truly be a gift. It's like anything else that we have experienced in our life. And I know that everybody in here at one time had something that happened to them that they gained some awareness from it. And so those little nuggets were good. But when we start understanding that our life is totally the result of our perception, all of it, we drop blame, we can drop judgment, and those are some big things to drop. No judging, no blame. Just knowing that I am a divine being, and what am I creating from this moment forward? Stepping into this moment, stepping into this idea that I have the ability to shift my life. I have the ability to create a life in which the joy and the beauty of being alive is flowing consciously in my experience. Being able to know and understand that I am a gift to society. Every person is a gift because nobody else can bring what each one can bring. Nobody else can bring it. And it makes it more pleasurable to be who we and what we are. It just helps you to embrace being alive and making that choice of what's my heart's desire. And there's Michael Beckwith, he says, you have to ask yourself that question. What's trying to emerge as me and the divine being of who and what I am? What is trying to emerge? That's those good questions that we ask ourselves, not, oh, why did I do that? No, those we drop away and start asking, what's trying to emerge? What's coming forth? And even the imperfections. We can look at them and say, what's trying to emerge as me out of this? And I know each and every one of you that are on this journey with me, and I know the people in this room are on this journey with me. This philosophy and these principles they are a real good, strong foundation out of which to step into this awareness of being able to lean on your imperfection and feel comfortable doing it. So, I want to feel like each person here, I'm reaching for something, that each person here can say to themselves, I love my imperfection. Think about that. I don't know if you're ready to say it right now, but I want you to take that question home with you. Because your imperfection is the unique you. And they're there. And it's part of your journey of being a divine being, having a human experience. And the journey is as lovely and as beautiful and as joyful as you choose it to be. And it doesn't matter what you did yesterday or up until the time you sit down in the seat. Start now. Thank you for letting me share that.
My family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. Mistakes that I have made, or any other things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. Color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I'm not my race. My soul inside is all light. Y'all are welcome to sing with me if you like. I am a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light.
You're awesome, Teresa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and Chloe, would you bring the baskets for offering? Oh, and Dale, you know, if this one isn't, you ain't, there's one on the desk outside if you decide to use it. If you're gonna scan it. Thank you, baby.
Y'all sing with me now. Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us, Spirit receives through us, Spirit lives and breathes through us. Oh, Spirit lives and breathes through us.
Oh, I don't have the mic on. So, it's with an extremely grateful heart that these gifts that we have received, knowing that the infinite source of all has blessed us through each and every one of you. And as we know that these blessings are coming for this center, knowing that our whole thrust is to know and understand that this gift of love and appreciation not only radiates to each one of us, but radiates out to our community, our country, our world, all people, all humankind, all animal kind, and whoever is in existence. That appreciation and love that starts right here and spreads out, we're grateful for. So grateful. We know that this is a blessing. And together we know it, as we say, and so it is. And I'm going to pray us out. Yes. Thank y'all for coming.
So please join me in consciousness as we close this service in the knowingness that God is all there is. How grateful I am once again for this opportunity to recognize one power, one presence, one life. To know that we as a community and as individuals move from this consciousness of fixing to the consciousness of flowing, just allowing our gifts to flow into the community, to share with one another. We recognize the divine in each one of us. I am grateful in the knowingness that we continue to hold Reverend Mike in the highest and best, knowing only wholeness right where he is. sharing once again my gratitude for Reverend Nancy and Reverend Maureen and all who have stepped forward to keep this community in the perfect flow that it is in. So I give thanks for all that has been gained in this morning's service, for the beautiful message that we have received about perfection and imperfection, knowing right now that everything is indeed in perfect order. It's simple. If it wasn't supposed to be the way it is, it wouldn't. So I give thanks for this knowingness as I lovingly release this word, blessing each of us as we travel to our next destination, knowing we do so in love. And in agreement with this word spoken, we simply affirm it all by saying together, and so it is. Amen, amen, amen.
Great. If y'all like to join in circle and join me in singing the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. About a lot, I need a lot more what I haven't got. I learned everything the hard way. Nothing ever came for free. I always paid attention, but I never always paid the price. Never learned a lesson till I learned it twice. It ain't easy